When you go to that car dealership and they run your credit, sometimes they shotgun your application to 10 different banks, right? So what does that mean? That means you get hit by 10 different hard inquiries. The problem is that you didn't issue 10 different documents giving these banks permissible purpose to issue a hard inquiry onto your consumer report. Today, we're going to use 15 USC 1681B permissible purpose to wipe those hard inquiries off of your consumer report. Check it out. Okay, before we get started, this is very important, so listen closely. Do not, let me repeat, do not dispute or delete hard inquiries on your consumer report that are tied to an open account. Let me repeat that. Do not dispute hard inquiries on your consumer report that are tied to an open account. Why? Let's say, for example, you have a $20,000 5-year American Express Gold card. It's a great card. It earns you great points, and they've given you plenty of credit. But let's say that you want to delete the inquiry that's tied to opening up that account, successfully opening up that account. So you dispute that account, and you send that dispute off to American Express, and American Express gets that dispute, and what they think, or what they may think, is that the account is fraudulent. Otherwise, why would you be disputing it? So what they may do is close your credit card down. They may close the account entirely, which you definitely do not want that. So do not dispute accounts that are tied, or inquiries that are tied to open accounts. Focus only on the accounts in which you were denied credit. These are the ones that you can get removed. Okay, now we're going to use consumer law to dispute our inquiries, specifically 15 USC 1681B, permissible purpose. So let's start with a blank slate, and we're going to type in 15 USC 1681B. Here's the search. Remember, we're going to go to our Cornell Law website. This is the authoritative literature that we will use to cite code. And we're looking at 15 USC 1681B, permissible purposes of consumer report. Specifically, we're going to look at section A2. So let's look at that a little more closely here on the slide. 15 USC section 1681B, permissible purposes of consumer reports. And we're most concerned with A2. So it says this: subject to subsection C, any consumer reporting agency may furnish a consumer report under the following circumstances and no other. 2. In accordance with the written instructions of the consumer to whom it relates. So again, let that sink in. As you know, with law, for me, I have to read it and digest it and reread it and digest it for it to actually hit home and make sense. But think about how heavy that is. That's a hard-hitting statement there. Read it again. A permissible purpose of a consumer reports. And it says, any consumer reporting agency, Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, these are all CRAs, right? And they may furnish a consumer report under the following circumstances and no other, in accordance with the written instructions of the consumer to whom it relates. That is a very powerful law. Let that hit home. Okay, the powerful point behind 15 USC 1681 A2, permissible purpose, is that the fact that, I don't know about you, but I've never given any consumer reporting agency written permission to furnish anything on my consumer report. And I doubt you have either. But nonetheless, it is there, along with many other things that should not be on our consumer reports, right? So here is what we're going to do. We're going to draft a letter, a demand letter, and this is the proof of instruction demand, and we're going to put this type of language in that letter. This inquiry from whatever bank it is, whatever date it was on, was not authorized by me. Under 15 USC 1681 BA2, you must provide the physical written instruction bearing my signature that authorized this release. If you cannot provide this proof, you must delete the inquiry immediately. This is not a dispute. It's not a nice ask. This is a demand because you never gave them written instruction to furnish anything on your consumer report. I've never done it. You've never done it. I don't know of anybody that's ever done it. And I don't know any CRA, Consumer Reporting Agency, that has this type of document that will be able to produce this type of document as far as a rebuttal to your letter. Okay, here's the kicker. This is a very important point. Do not, let me repeat again, do not dispute your inquiries online. Why? Because when you dispute inquiries online, say via Credit Karma, and you check the box, you are checking the box to waive your rights to any type of paper dispute. And it's through the paper disputes that we get the results. So make sure to draft it on paper, print it out, sign it with wet ink, and mail it certified mail with a green return receipt so you have a tracking number and proof of delivery. This is very important. See, the cool part is that anybody can do this, right? You just have to have the will and you have to take action, right? Anybody can get hard inquiries deleted off their consumer report. It's not a problem. Just a little bit of education and a whole lot of will and taking action. And we can provide you with a free Elevate Credit beginner's guide to repairing your credit. All you have to do is text credit repair 458 658 9319. Just text credit repair 458 658 9319. Get your free Elevate Credit beginner's guide ebook and let you get started on your journey to fixing your credit today, to your success. Salud.